Standard examples on group theory. The first one is prove that Z plus is an abelian group. Okay, Z plus is nothing but what? The set of integers with respect to addition is an abelian group. Okay, already you know the definition of abelian group. What is abelian group? Abelian group means any non-empty set. Okay, any non-empty set together with the binary operation star is said to be an abelian group if it satisfies first one closure, second one that is associative, third one is existence of identity, okay, fourth one existence of inverse, and final one is commutative. Already you know the definition of abelian group. Okay, abelian group means any non-empty set together with the binary operation star. Usually binary operation is denoted by star. Here we have addition operation in place of star. Okay, any non-empty set together with the binary operation star is said to be an abelian group if it satisfies these 5 conditions. First one is closure law, second one associative law, third one is identity, fourth one is inverse, and the last one is commutative. If any non-empty set satisfies these 5 conditions, then that non-empty set with respect to the binary operations forms an abelian group. Let's see the proof for this. The solution. Z means the set of integers. Set of integers is usually denoted by Z, or in sometimes that is denoted by I. Okay, Z is nothing but what? Integer set. 0 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 and so on. Integer set includes 0 positive numbers as well as negative numbers. Then we need to prove this is an abelian group. Okay, first case is closure law. To prove closure law, we need 2 elements from the given set. Okay, take any 2 elements from the given set. I will take here the general law is for all A, B belongs to Z, then A plus B is also belongs to Z. Okay, this is the closure law. Take any 2 elements from the given set, then add those 2 numbers, that we get another number. If that number is also present in Z, then this law holds good, otherwise no. Take any 2. I will give you an example for this. Okay, I will take A is equal to 1 and B is equal to minus 1. Okay, A is one integer and minus 3 also another integer. Okay, and these 2 integers, what we get? A is 1 plus of B is minus 3. 1 plus of minus 3 is minus 2. 1 plus of minus 3 is minus 2. Is it an integer? Yes, obviously. Minus 2 is also an integer. Therefore, this is also belongs to Z. This is an example for closure. Okay. Therefore, closure line is satisfied with respect to addition in Z. We say that closure law is satisfied with respect to the binary operation addition in Z. For all A, B belongs to Z, then A plus B is also belongs to Z. 1, 3 minus 3 belongs to Z, then 1 plus of minus 3 is minus 2. Minus 2 is also an integer, therefore it is present in Z. Therefore, closure law is satisfied. Okay, first law is satisfied. Second one is valid. Next law is associative law. associative law. Associative. To prove associative law, we need at least 3 elements. Okay, take any 3 elements from the given set. For all A, B, C belongs to Z, what is the condition for associativity with respect to addition? A plus of B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Okay, this line also holds good in Z with respect to addition. Okay, if you take any 3 elements and substitute those elements in this formula, we get LHS is equal to RHS. For example, 2, minus 4 and 3. I will take A as 2, B as minus 4 and C as 3. Substitute here. What we get? Observe here, 2 plus of B is minus 4, C is 3. That is equal to what? A is 2 plus of B is minus 4 plus C is 3. Okay. Then simplify this one. Minus 4 plus 3, minus 1. Minus 1 plus 2 is minus 1. Okay, plus 1, sorry. 2 plus of minus 4 plus 3, that is minus 1 plus 2, that is plus 1 is equal to what? 2 plus of minus 2. 2 plus of minus 4 is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 3 is also 1. LHS is same as RHS. Therefore, associative law is also holds good in Z with respect to addition. You can take any integers in place of 2, minus 4 and 3. Okay? For all the integers, this law holds good. Therefore, the second law is also valid. Is valid. We'll see the next one, that is identity. The third law is existence of identity. Existence of identity. Already we know that with respect to addition, 0 is the identity element. With respect to multiplication, 1 is the identity element. Observe here, with respect to addition, 0 is the identity element, but that 0 is present in Z. Observe, 0 is present in Z means identity law is also holds good with respect to addition. With respect to identity, I will repeat once again. With respect to addition, 0 is the identity element. That 0 is nothing but what? Integer. Means 0 is present in Z. Therefore, this law is also holds good. Okay, I will write down. For all A belongs to Z, there exists an identity. There exists an identity. E belongs to Z, then what is the condition here? A plus of E or E plus of A is equal to A only. A plus of E or E plus of A is equal to E. E plus of A is equal to A means what? If you add any number with E, we get the same number. Okay? For example, you take A as any element from the given set. Okay, 4 plus 0 is 4. Okay, 5 plus 0 is 5. Minus 5 plus 0 is minus 5. Minus 10 plus 0 is minus 10. What is the meaning of this? This 0 is nothing but what? Identity for this set Z with respect to addition. Therefore, we call, therefore, E is equal to 0 is the identity. Okay. Then the fourth one is inverse law. Existence of inverse. Existence of inverse. existence of inverse. Negative numbers are called the inverse elements of Z with respect to addition. Suppose A is an element, then the inverse of A is minus A with respect to addition. B is an element, then the inverse of B is minus B with respect to addition. But in case of multiplication, A's inverse is 1 by A and B inverse is 1 by B. This is for multiplication and that is for addition. Here we have the binary operation as addition, therefore this is not needed. Okay, with respect to addition, A's inverse is minus A, B's inverse is minus B. For example, if 2 is present in Z, then minus 2 is also present in Z. Observe this set, positive numbers are also there, negative numbers are also there. Means for every positive number, we have an inverse element. Means for every positive number, we have another negative number. Corresponding negative number means a inverse lie is also holds good. Okay? Fourth lie is also holds good. The statement of this lie is for all A belongs to Z, there exists an inverse minus A belongs to Z such that A plus of minus A or minus A plus of A is equal to 0. This is called the inverse law. For example, I will give an example for this. 5 is present in Z and minus 5 is also present in Z. Add these two. Minus 5 plus 5 is equal to what we get? 0. 0 is nothing but what? Identity element. This is the example for the existence of inverse. In Z, we have positive numbers as well as negative numbers. Negative numbers are called the additive inverse of the corresponding elements. Okay, therefore, this lie also holds good with respect to addition in Z. Then final one is commutative law. For commutative law, we need two elements. Okay, take any two elements for all A, comma B belongs to Z. Then what is the condition for commutativity? A plus B is equal to B plus A. This lie also holds good with respect to addition in Z. Take any two elements from the given set. Okay, add those two numbers and we get LHS is equal to RHS. For example, I will take A is equal to 4 and B is equal to minus 3. 4 plus of minus 3 are minus 3 plus of 4 is equal to how much? This is 1 is equal to 1. Take any two elements, this formula satisfied in Z with respect to addition. Okay. Therefore, Z with respect to addition satisfy all the 5 conditions of an abelian group. Therefore, that set with respect to addition is called an abelian group. Right here. Therefore, Z with respect to addition is an abelian group. This non-empty set becomes an abelian group with respect to addition because it satisfies closure law, associative law, existence of identity, existence of inverse, and finally commutative law. Any non-empty set together with the binary operation star is said to be an abelian group if it satisfies all these 5 conditions. Okay, this is the standard example on groups.